3 and 3. And if you notice, these are like not half moon, but there's a little wall to them. So these do not spin, and that's what the little line does. As you can see in your reel, that's where the flat spot is, and they do not rotate. So, and they seem to have grease already. What I used to use was Shimano drag grease. It's what my father gave me, and I just don't know where the hell it is or what happened to it. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of this one. So you clean all your washers, all your parts. And just know that, I'm not sure if y'all know how your drag works on your reel, but it's basically friction, of course. But the way it does is some of them do not move, some of them do. Well, I can show you like this. The bottom of the spool down here is basically one of these, the ones that don't move, because you know it won't move. So when you do put it together, it's basically down there, washer. Oh, I'm sorry. The spool does not have a like a little line like this. So this one's basically another circle. So it's basically that one. Washer. Flat one. Washer. A movable one. Nope. Another washer. And then this one. And you push it all the way through. So it seems you have to be very careful with these because they're really easy to rip. I'm not sure what they're made out of. I can't remember. I know there was a few being leather. What was that? Another ones. The new ones, of course, being I want to say carbon fiber, but it's not carbon fiber. I don't know, but there's a few different ones. Oh, the best way to clean it or put grease in it, and you don't have to go crazy with the stuff. Just get a little bit of tack. I would put some in here. Probably use something better than what I'm doing. Let me see if I can find something. Yeah, I'm gonna go crazy and start using chopsticks. They said you don't need much. That's a lot. Dab, dab, and it spreads itself out. Dab, dab. Every side needs some. Of course, you see those two little notches on the side, there's little lines, you gotta just match them up. And it falls right in. Get a little bit more. please, if you need any kind of help or any questions, just put it on the comments, and we'll try to answer them or make a video on answering them. A little bit goes a long way. Flip it. Don't need none out here because it's not gonna force anything or do anything. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot. Let's put that. Ooh, the whole thing came out. Usually stuff happens for a reason. That's what I always say. So let's get this out and clean it. Maybe I want it to be clean. Nothing happens as an accident. Like Bruce Lee always said, be like water. Always be able to change with your environment and adapt. Let's see if I can clean on the inside while it's out. Because if it rotates, at least it won't. Way better. So this goes in here. Seems like it's a spacer that keeps. Oh, well, if it spins, let's put some grease in here. Oh, sorry. I have this all-purpose lithium grease, and I'm just using that for the gears. I'm not putting it into the what do you call it? The drag washers, because I'm not trying to. I'm not sure what it's made out of, or if it's gonna tear up the washers that are in here. So I don't want to put anything on there that's gonna destroy it or do any kind of harm to it. A little dab, and just place it all on the inside. If it's too much, it'll come out the back, which is fine, because it'll lubricate the shaft when it goes down or through it. Just like so. Make sure it gets pushed down. Now, if I had the time, I would show you how I clean these bearings. But this one doesn't seem to be very dirty or old, and it's very small, so a lot of the times what I do is that I would remove one of the like the bearing, like the little side plates that these have, and it exposes the bearings that are inside. And then depending on the thing that I'm using, like this is a spinning reel, the other bait casters usually use bearings because they're on the spool itself, and they spin with the spool or whatever. If you put grease in it, it slows it down, but with these spinning reels, it doesn't matter. So I would remove that little sidewall, expose the bearings, clean them out real good with high pressure air and what do you call it, like degreaser or whatever. And when they spin freely, just stuff them up with grease inside. Keeps them from rusting, and just make them last a lot longer. But this one doesn't seem to be bad. We're gonna put it back, just like so. All the washers in the same order they came out. to get placed back one at a time. Nope, they're gonna go in as so, and then to lock them in, what you have to do, and if y'all didn't know, there's a little groove which this rides. Just find the groove with one corner, two, and then grab your pliers. Luckily it's like a star, so they moved out of the way so you can grab stuff. And as you can see, it's in there. This corner isn't, where you'll see it pop in. No, I guess it's not. There it goes. So that's all your drag washers. And then when you're gonna put it back inside, you really just push it and spin the reel or spin the spool until little lines line up and your spool just right straight down. There it goes. This is all drag grease. Put it in the threads. One of the things I love about these Okumas is that the drag is so quick, as in 1, 2, 3. Three clip. That's all it takes. Other places or other reels, you just gotta spend 2 or 3 times just to get it as hard from where it was to where it is now, and that's all it takes. When you're fighting a fish, it's just one click. Their design is so freaking awesome. And it's just me spreading that grease, making sure everything. Now that that's done, it's time to grease the gears. And trying to take this off is usually bad, but hopefully now that you don't need this anymore, put that away so nothing gets spilled. I'm trying to see if we can take this thing off. Ooh, since the last time I cleaned it, a little bit easier. But I was trying to make it even easier. Clean it out again. A little bit of the drag grease came out. Let's see if we can clean it from the inside. This is a little brush I used from my shaving thing to clean off the hairs or whatever. That's what I'm gonna use to pass and move around grease. Seems not to. This works a little more. Oh yeah, much better. Just put more when I put everything back together. Alright, let's continue. To remove the handle, of course, one side needs to be unscrewed. Oh, and so for people that don't know, I'm probably one of them. When the last time I tried to take this apart a long time ago, if this spool is all the way down and this is down, it's hard to get in there. So just rotate the handle, and it'll lift it up out of the way so you can actually get a handle of it, or get a hold of it. I'm going to take this off. And I love spinning reels because they're easy to use. Very few backlashes. You do get wind knots of it, but and them being ambidextrous with their handles, it's really, really awesome. Okay, so that's gone. Now we gotta take this one off from the inside. Ooh, I might have had to get different, a longer extension. Then I just switch to my hand. Okay, this one, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Like so. Get this thing out. See if I can get this loose. So I'm noticing that this nut is reverse threads. So if people trying to take it off, remember that. What you would assume to tighten it, it's actually the way to remove it. There it goes. Remove this blue. I guess this thing is still a little dirty. I might have to clean it even better when it is off. Shouldn't give me too much of a problem. But I didn't have grease last time, so hopefully when I do put grease in, it comes out better. So the shaft is low. Mind you, on my last one, I heard people about washers and stuff like that, but that one did not have any, if you can see. There's any washers on top, any washers underneath. Now that's easy to get to. Let's do it with the power tool. That's right. Mind you, be careful with this. Because this thing is the worst one. Yep, it does have shims on this one. This part of the reel does have shims. I see one. here. And to me, usually a bearing has a shim in front and a shim behind it. I'm not sure if that's to protect it or what, but okay, so watch yourself when you do this. Now you expose this screw, bit screw, and you have to take this off just to get to this screw. So, well, this won't be able to work over here, so I'm gonna go back to my manual and get this one out. Trying not to disturb this one, but like I said, if you want me to take this apart, I've done it many of times, and these are the anti-reverse bearings. I'll take it completely apart, each bearing out of there, clean it up. If y'all want me to do that, no problem. I've done it before, I can do it again. Now that these are exposed, I'm gonna try to take most of them off with this automatic, so hopefully this ain't an hour-long video. But first, let's go with this little one to expose some more screws. So these are all from the cap, so I'm gonna put them in the cap. Trying to organize this. I'll have it like this. So this came out from here in the front, so I'm gonna place it here. This little one came from the back, so I'm gonna place it here. This comes off, so I'm gonna place it here. And now when I take a screw off, I'm gonna put them in the place of where the reel is gonna be, so it kind of lets me know where everything is or where everything should be. Too big. So here, blow this, and in the back. Now this should come off. Again, be careful because this is connected to this. And if the spring flies out, you're gonna have to either try to find it or buy one. Dum. One more. So remove this slowly, which comes out. Exposing everything. In my other video, you see me remove everything, clean everything out. I didn't remove this stuff because it was going to be a hassle with the anti-reverse bearings and everything. Yeah, it's somewhat clean. It's already kind of clean, so the only thing is to dump grease in it. And like I said in my other video, I can't remember exactly where, but up north where they go for stripers and stuff like that. Back in the day, they just grabbed this thing, filled it up so much, and just put the thing where the grease would come out the sides, and just put it back together and leave it as is because, like I said, it doesn't need any kind of bearing grease, and this is all functional. So if your reel does fall in the water, or you are trying to get from one place to another and having to go through the water, it would protect everything because it would basically make it waterproof. But we're not from over there, so we're just gonna grease lightly everything. But the amount is up to you. There is no um, too much. There's always not enough. So being very generous isn't bad. Like so. Spin a little. Give it another work. See any dry spots? Let's make this go all the way down. Spread the love. Just don't forget the shaft. A little dry spot there. Oof. Not paying attention and that thing almost came out. I kind of already did. There it goes. Right back in. Spread the lube. And that's basically it. Now, like I said, these bearings aren't like a bait caster where they spin with the spool. So if I really wanted to, see, they're clean. They're not bad, so I don't want to tear them apart and do what I usually do with older reels and stuff that I get used. It's It's still too clean. You can't put grease in it because they do have the oil in there. So oil is the only best thing. But I do want some grease on this gear. Like that. Don't have to be pretty. Okay, right back together. So, don't forget the one, and then I'll put the, this sounds very grindy, so, you hear that? For the people who don't have like air compressors or whatever, the next best thing is like the little air can that they use to clean computers and keyboards and stuff like that. Way better, especially if you can get them free from work or something like that. Candle's not where I want to put most of my time in. It's the insides that do everything. Mind you, they're usually plastic thing. Just make sure when you do take it off, because I'm gonna put it back to where it was. But if you're by it and they're left-handed, see this little plastic thing? Sometimes it gets stuck in there. This one's been on here for a very long time, so it just wants to stay there, so I'm gonna let it be there because it's always there. I'm always using it. I'm never changing it, letting somebody borrow it or anything like that. Put too much work, too much care in my reels to let other people borrow them. Maybe when I'm fishing, but not like take them home and stuff. I'm the one that takes care of them, and if they're going to be destroyed, they're going to be destroyed by me, not someone else. So, this is... Yeah. Putting all this back. These two little things, they're gonna go in here. Just like so. Everything else matches. You're about to hear some noise. My daughter is back from her little escapade with her friend. Start them off with the automatic and go back to the manual. I've never done them like super tight, just enough to where it settles flat. It does feel a little stiff, but that's all the grease. Make sure the shaft is all the way up. Now it's time to hit the shaft. when you take it apart later. It's easy to take apart, easier. Probably hard to see, but there is a number 1 and a number 2. I'm having it flat on the number 2. So that's where I'm gonna put the locking mechanism for this nut so it doesn't unscrew itself. Like so, and just slowly put it back together. Where is ACU? ACU is. Of course, never too much grease. Without the cat hair. Like so. Like Buddha. All right, like my long cast society. Can't wait to take this thing out. I'm gonna show you a little sneak peek of how I'm gonna spool it and with what I'm gonna spool it with. First, I am going with Yo-zuri braid, 20 pound, 300 yards. Put this whole spool in there, and the rest that I can put 20 pound H2OX, so it's the Walmart Academy brand, 20 pound, bright yellow on top, and the bottom is gonna be green or blue. So with those, at least I'll see the spool when I get to the thing. But this will be one of my next projects, and hopefully another fishing video. Yes, sir. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share if y'all want, or keep the secrets to y'all. That's all I'm here for, is teach y'all, help each other, and let's go catching fish, man. That's all we want to do.
Let's get started, Ikat.
300 YD nice and even. FG not don't make fun.
Dan not sure total yards. Let's have Fengulu.